Welcome back guys, this is Campie, and in this video, I'll be showing you how to beat the Shade Uprising on level 60 difficulty. The good news is this event isn't too difficult, especially when compared to the other previous events. But I found this event, it could be a little tricky unless you do everything precisely the way you should for the boss fight especially. Once you finish watching this video and you follow my instructions, you'll probably agree with me in that this is one of the easiest events. Whenever you see a red enemy pop up, don't attack him. He's just the boss that you fight later. He's invulnerable right now. He summons crystals, and crystals act as flag carriers. You definitely want to kill the crystals first before you kill the enemies. The blue crystals are like blue flag carriers. They increase the enemy's defense, making them tougher to kill. It's highly recommended that you kill the blue crystals before you kill the enemies, or else it'll take 5 or 6 times longer to kill them. I will target the Necromancer first. Although you do not have to target the Necromancers are actually a bit nerfed I find. The Necromancers will no longer paralyze you. In the past, Necromancers will paralyze you and enemies will surround you and beat you senseless while you're just standing there. You can't even heal or do anything. The boss summons a red crystal. Burn that red crystal down as soon as you can before the gargoyles come out. This part of the event is one of the most dangerous parts of the event in my opinion. Those 2 gargoyles do massive damage with their fireballs. I recommend just dodging them and running away if you can, or just hitting them with range and running away. You want to take your time with doing this part. When you run out of space, just run back to the other side. Just take your time. Here the boss, he summons a white crystal. White crystals will summon additional mobs. If you're range, don't stand too close to the white crystal as suicide creatures may spawn and blow you up if you do. Over here there's 2 acolytes and a necromancer. I recommend killing or dotting the acolytes first. It's actually better to fight them in open area because in an enclosed area it's easy for the AoE to trap you in. Remember the necromancers will no longer paralyze you, so it doesn't matter if you kill them last. Although you should be careful with the necromancer's mass fireball spell when he summons those purple fireballs all over the place. Over here the boss will summon a blue crystal. At this part the boss will summon a blue crystal. The blue crystal will raise the defense of all the enemies around it. I recommend kiting the enemies away from the blue crystal. If you do this, the enemies will no longer get the defense buff. It might take 5 to 10 seconds for enemies to lose their defense buff. Once those enemies are dead, run back to the crystal and blow it up. In this case, my dot killed the blue crystal for me. Once you're here, I recommend dotting and destroying the barbarian first. The boss summons 2 white crystals, but don't worry, you'll be able to destroy them without too much difficulty once this barbarian is done. Wait for the purple explosive balls to disappear before heading over to the crystals. If you can, damage the crystals from afar, avoiding suicide creatures. If you're a knight, maybe you can cleave, and maybe your cleave can kill the suicides before they blow you up. I actually don't use my knight much, so I don't know if that's possible. Now just wipe up and kill anything that's left over. Now the boss will summon a red tower. Go ahead and burn that down before the imps come out. If you have good dodge rating, even with a damaged tower, the imps will do hardly any damage to you at all. Run up the stairs and aggro the abomination and acolyte and run back down. You can kite them up here and slowly damage them, but I recommend running back to the big room that we were just in. These abominations have a ton of life, so it takes a while to kill them. But at the same time, they don't do a ton of damage to you. Just watch out for the purple lightning pillars. They do a lot of damage if they hit you. Be careful not to stand beside Abomination when they explode. It's also possible to kill Abominations before they explode, but it doesn't matter whether or not you kill them or they blow themselves up. Now run up the stairs and run to the blue crystal. Be careful and avoid getting blown up by the suicide creatures. Whenever you see a suicide ghoul spawn, kill it first. It might take a bit longer to kill a suicide ghoul, as it might have the defense buff on it. Now that the defense crystal has been destroyed, it's a lot easier to kill a summoning crystal. The defense crystal will protect the summoning crystal. So just run to the back here, and then dot and destroy the blue crystal first, as it protects the boss and other crystals. Blow up the suicide ghouls and dot up the summoning crystal. If you have decent armor and decent health, you can actually tank the boss's purple fireballs. But the purple lightning pillars, you can definitely not tank. In some previous attempts, I was able to tank the boss most of the time with just eating turkey legs and blasting him in the face. Whatever you do not bring the boss to below 50% health. Just bring him down to 75 or a little bit less than that if you can. Around 75% health, he will summon 3 black crystals. Destroy these crystals as soon as possible. Right now the boss is charging up to do a super move, and if you don't kill all 3 black crystals, he will most likely one-shot everybody in a party. Even without his 3 black crystals, he still did a significant amount of damage to me. Once he's below 50% health, he'll summon 4 towers. 2 white, 1 red, and 1 blue. You want to kill the blue one first, and then you can just DPS and kill the boss. You don't have to worry about the other crystals. Okay, so now I will explain why you don't want to bring the boss below 50% health in the beginning. See, if you bring the boss below 50% health, he'll summon the 4 towers, the 2 white, the 1 blue, and the 1 red. And then right after that, he'll summon the 3 black towers. Therefore, I would have to fight the adds that spawn from the white crystals. On top of that, I would have to kill the blue crystal. On top of that, I would have to kill the 3 black crystals. So whatever you do not lower the boss's health below 50% health during the boss fight, not until he summons the 3 black crystals. And if you do that, defeating him is a cinch. Thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next clip.